Welcome back to The Explainer. We're about to go on a rapid 3-minute sprint through the absolute most critical global events of today, July 29, 2026. Get ready, because we're going to connect the dots on how all of today's news is completely and totally intertwined.
War, inflation, and AI reality checks. Okay, let's dive into this. You see, today's major stories aren't just isolated incidents. They're actually part of a massive, undeniable global chain reaction.
Section 1, a widening Middle East conflict and its geographic spread. The very first domino to fall today involves a total breakdown of diplomatic mediation and a sudden, really sharp escalation in military action.
To really grasp the scale here, just look at how fast this is spreading geographically. We've got U.S. and Saudi forces striking militia bases in Iraq. In Jordan, air defenses just intercepted 5 Iranian missiles. Over in the Strait of Hormuz, Iran attacked 3 commercial vessels. And in Egypt, a drone actually struck a U.S.-owned tanker. That word, widening, is absolutely crucial to understand what's happening right now.
And this brilliantly illustrates the immediate economic fallout. This widening conflict instantly sent Brent crude oil surging 7%. It pushed right past $90 a barrel, simply because global supply and major shipping routes are now facing direct threats.
Which brings us to Section 2, Fed rates, inflation fears, and the economic reaction. You know, that sudden spike in energy costs feeds right into a much larger macroeconomic panic over at the central bank.
Today, the Federal Reserve officially held its benchmark interest rate exactly at 3.50 to 3.75%. But make no mistake here, that 7% oil surge we just talked about, it basically guarantees a highly unstable inflation environment moving forward.
So the crucial point here is that 3 of the 12 voting members actively dissented. They actually favored a rate increase today. That is an unusually large pushback, and it reveals some serious internal fears over how these energy prices and tariffs are going to drive up inflation. Moving on to Section 3, AI market demands hard proof and the collateral impact. Elevated interest rates and inflation fears mean money stays expensive. And when money is expensive, well, investors lose their patience with massive corporate spending really fast. We're seeing a pretty stark market disconnect right now. SK Hynix just reported a massive record-breaking 557% increase in operating profit, yet their shares plunged 10%. It turns out even historic record-breaking profits just aren't enough to satisfy the absolute sky-high expectations of the AI boom. And man, it's hitting the infrastructure side too. Vertiv, which is a major data center equipment supplier, saw its stock plummet 15% after missing revenue expectations. That dragged the broader Philadelphia Semiconductor Index down 2.2%. It just proves that AI infrastructure companies are no longer immune to your ordinary run-of-the-mill earnings disappointments. Now, what's really interesting about this whole situation is the sheer pressure building across the entire tech supply chain. Investors are waiting on Microsoft and Meta earnings demanding hard proof of cloud and ad revenue. NVIDIA's reported $250 billion financing guarantee for OpenAI is suddenly under intense scrutiny. And Fitch, they're flat out warning that an AI market correction actually threatens global credit conditions.
Everyone wants to see actual cash flow matching these massive investments, which leaves us with this final, pivotal question. Is AI revenue finally catching up to the industry's extraordinary financial and physical commitments? Thank you so much for joining this rapid, 3-minute explainer of today's entirely interconnected global domino effect. Keep questioning, and we'll see you next time.